Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today we are talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. And when you talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, you have to mention Patrick Mahomes, the third year sensation from Texas Tech. Unbelievable season, Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was nothing short of amazing. Over 5,000 yards in his second season. The interesting thing with Kansas City is their weaponry. Damien Williams played very well last year in the playoffs. He'll be better. He'll be more acclimated to the team. They've added a bruising, athletic power back with receiving ability, very good receiving ability in Carlos Hyde. Very productive player. Had a down year last year, but was very, very good on a bad 49ers team for years. They've had through the draft a speedster, Mecole Hardman, wide receiver out of Georgia, played in the SEC. Very, very elusive, very fast, a 4-3 guy. He'll be tough to cover. Good route runner, solid route running ability. But is he Tyreek Hill? How do they make up the ground on Tyreek Hill? Now, Tyreek Hill is still listed on the roster. They are continuing the investigation. But that the situation with Tyreek Hill remains to be seen what is going to happen. But Damien Williams and Carlos Hyde will be solid at the running back. Good power from both of them. Neither one of them are extremely old. Carlos Hyde is 28 years old. Damien Williams being 27. Both of them have experience. Very solid at the running back position. A dark horse wide receiver, Jamal Custis, 6'5", 213-pound wide receiver out of Syracuse. A possession receiver with some deep threat ability because he is 6'5". He can go up over the top of defenders and make the 50-50 catches. And with Patrick Mahomes' deep ball accuracy, Jamal Custis is a dark horse wide receiver who could make an impact. Tyreek Hill impact? No, but nevertheless an impact. He's a wide receiver, Jamal Custis, that could help get first downs. Watch Jamal Custis in training camp. Their wide receivers without Tyreek Hill do not blow you away. They're not big, huge names. You have Sammy Watkins. Can Sammy Watkins return to the form that he was with Buffalo? I definitely believe so. Every year he gets healthier and healthier and has very good production. Had good production on the Rams, very good production with Kansas City, and seems to be returning to closer and closer to old form every year. He's only 26 years old, 6'1", 210-pounder out of Clemson. Been in the league for 6 years now. Sammy Watkins is a wide receiver who could be an impact player. Other than that, Kansas City is depending on the accuracy of Patrick Mahomes, which is viable. Patrick Mahomes will make wide receivers look better than what they are. I have no question in that. But a guy like a Demarcus Robinson, can he step up and do more than what he's done in years past? And then Mecole Hardman, a rookie, he's in a spot with Kansas City where he could contend for Offensive Rookie of the Year. He has the ability, he has the elusiveness and the speed, and good hands. He's a playmaker, but he's still a rookie. I think early on in the season, you're going to see a lot of Travis Kelce. Kelce, he's gonna catch a lot of passes. They're gonna want to go to him early and often. They're gonna be running the football, throwing to the backs, throwing to Sammy Watkins, and getting the ball to Travis Kelce. Offensive line is good every year. That Kansas City's not a big. They don't go after big name offensive linemen. they get offensive linemen to kind of hold the fort, get the job done. You don't see too many huge names. You could mention Mitchell Schwartz, very solid right tackle. But the rest of the names on the offensive line, they're solid, but they're not big, huge names. They're just guys to go out there and get the job done. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially when you've got elite talent at quarterback who can move around, moves the pocket very well, can extend plays with his legs. They've got to be able to get somebody open now. They've got to do something to help Patrick Mahomes. You cannot lose star players and not do anything about it. They will definitely need somebody to step up at the wide receiver position, without question. Now, they did do some things on defense, starting with Frank Clark, pass rusher, defensive end. He's 26 years old. He's not old. He's got a lot of life left to him. 6'3", 265-pounder out of Michigan going into his fifth year. A lot of ability. He's an every-year Pro Bowler. He's a defensive end who's very capable of double-digit sack numbers. Constant pressure on the quarterback. The quarterback with Frank Clark on the field will never feel comfortable. And then you have Emmanuel Ogbah, acquisition from Cleveland, a 6'4", 275-pound defensive end out of Oklahoma State going into his fourth year, only 25 years old. Very good. Very good. They're a pass rushing combination that will get consistent pressure. And then you have the inside pressure coming from the 6'6", 310-pound sensation Chris Jones, fourth year out of Mississippi State. A dark horse in the group is Kalen Saunders, a 6', 324-pounder out of Western Illinois. Went to the Senior Bowl and played great. Got the attention of everybody at the Senior Bowl. All the scouts were raving about him. All the coaches were raving about him. Made a lot of plays in an all-star game. And will be very interesting to see playing with Chris Jones in the middle. In the linebacking core, Darren Lee, a recent addition. He has a suspension early on, but the 6'1", 232-pounder, he runs a 4.4 40 as a linebacker. Very fast, good instincts, good in pass coverage. He's still developing. Played for the Jets the past 3 seasons and has made progress every year, but is still developing. Only 24 years old. Kansas City added a good linebacker to go in their group. Will probably play much better with the Kansas City Chiefs. With the Kansas City Chiefs have a much better interior defensive lineman group than the Jets have had in years past when he was on the Jets. Not a lot of big names in the secondary. You have Kendall Fuller, very good player, has good ball instinct. They added Juwan Thornhill in the second round, 6 foot, 205 pounder. It'll be interesting to see if they play Thornhill in the slot or at safety. He's very versatile, can play a lot of different roles in the defensive backfield. I definitely expect Kansas City's defense to be just as good or better. Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, comes with a lot of leadership, a lot of experience, a lot of speed. He's good against the run, good ball skills, tracks the ball as good as any safety in the league. I think the key for the Kansas City Chiefs will be wide receiver. It all depends on, can they get somebody early on until they can get Tyreek Hill back onto the field to help out at wide receiver. Mecole Hardman is going to have an early opportunity to show his ability. If Mecole Hardman shows out, Kansas City is in great shape. They're solid at tight end. Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in the league, if not the best. He's a phenomenal athlete. But with the wide receiver group, it's going to be a challenge. This is a challenge Kansas City will be very hard pressed to overcome. Do I think Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback? I do. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's a phenom. But every quarterback needs wide receivers. They need protection. They need wide receivers. Do I think they can hold the fort throwing to the running backs and the tight end until, some of these younger wide receivers develop? I do. Or if Tyreek Hill is, cleared, and they'll be the Kansas City Chiefs that you remember, with no drop-offs. But if Tyreek Hill misses some games this year, it's going to be interesting to see which of these many wide receivers will step up and make some plays. Demarcus Robinson, he is a player. He's been productive. He's a wide receiver that you can see making some plays for him. But I think they're going to lean heavily on the running backs and the tight ends early on. And hopefully that's enough. They've got the defense. They can cover. They can rush the passer. They can stop the run. The key will be, can they score 30 points a game like they did last year? That's going to be the key. If they can score 30 points a game, you'll see the Kansas City Chiefs that you have known and loved all year last year. But if they are not able to overcome some losses, and like I said, if Tyreek Hill comes back, they just got better. Then they've added a wide receiver out of Georgia, another playmaker to go along with a Tyreek Hill. Everything depends on Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill is such a dynamic player on special teams, on the offense. No matter what he does, he makes such an impact, and defenses have to focus a few players on him, both a safety and a corner, and sometimes a little help from a linebacker. I mean, he makes a dynamic impact whether he has the ball in his hands or not, because you have to account for a Tyreek Hill every time he steps onto the field. I hope you have all enjoyed the show. Thank you for watching. Please join me next week as we go over OTAs, all the action that happened there, how players are developing, and a prelude to training camp. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day.